Student organizations gathered today to help make banners for the homecoming parade. An inside look at the banners and their secret meanings ahead.
The U.S. News World Report has once again ranked Kent State against other colleges in the nation. Where did they rank and how does it look for the university?
We have the details on how a local Kent business is helping combat period poverty locally.
Visa is now being sued after taking the game of Monopoly a bit too literally. All these updates and more as KSTV News starts right now.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Good evening, Portage County, and thank you so much for joining us this Wednesday evening. I'm Liv Sharp.
And I'm Hayden Cruz.
We start tonight with some homecoming events, and one is geared towards international students.
That's right, Liv. The event taking place in the MAC Annex will teach international students about American homecoming and the rules of American football. Pizza will be provided, and all participants can attend a volleyball game afterwards.
Well, homecoming week is in full swing, and everyone is gearing up for that football game and the parade this weekend. That's
right. Although the parade is not until Saturday, student organizations are starting preparations this afternoon.
Our own Nikki Gajeski was at the Banner Bash. Hi, Nikki.
Hey, Liv. Hey, Hayden. Earlier today, I went to the Homecoming Banner Bash, where I got to speak to some students and attended. From this experience and through these interviews, you definitely hear a theme of community. Let's take a listen. Preparing for the homecoming parade, students gathered to show their Flash pride by making banners for their organization. And some share their design plans.
And I am doing the banner for my chapter. So the idea that I had was to write our letters in big fonts. And then I wanted to write our chapter name under our letters. And then do our founding date on top of everything.
But yeah, no, we just want gerontology to pop because since we had to do Kent colors, we needed some way to make it pop out.
While others shared the deeper meaning behind their work of art.
We decided to decorate our banner with all of our handprints just to show that we all had a part in making the banner, and we wanted to sign our names as well just to show that we are representing Kent State at homecoming this year.
On our banner it says Chi Alpha. It says a different kind of love because we do love everyone. We want everyone to be able to feel like they belong or feel like they have a part in our campus ministry, and everyone's welcome to join us.
Wanted it to shine, I don't know, like the glitter is kind of chaotic, but it's really fun, and we were just really doing this just to have fun and represent something that has helped us like meet other people like us.
These completed banners will be seen at the homecoming parade this Saturday at 10:30 a.m. I'll be back later to discuss how local business is living the Kent motto of Flashes Helping Flashes.
Thank you so much, Nikki. Flashes are gearing up for homecoming with a community in mind, and Flashes Fighting Hunger is working with the Kent City Health Department for pop-up pantries downtown. Kent Stater TV's Sydney Brown has the story.
We were really excited for the partnership because there's definitely a need in our community.
Wednesday's downtown pop-up pantry is just the start of a growing partnership between the Kent City Health Department and Kent State's Flashes Fighting Hunger.
We know that there's many people that are kind of on the brink and in a very vulnerable spot. So to partner with somebody that already has an up and running organization that's working well just seemed like a natural fit.
Amid homecoming week for Kent State University, Flashes are lending a few extra sets of hands for community members.
Thought it would be a great way to get the homecoming corps engaged. They helped pack boxes with the bags with us on Monday, and they were a great help.
Over 3 hours, the homecoming corps passed out 36 bags of food with produce, fresh bread, and dessert items from Trader Joe's and the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank. But this is just one of the student-powered food distribution opportunities.
We could see, it sometimes fluctuates, but we could see anywhere from like 60 people at one distribution up to 90. So, we're serving close to like 150 to 180 people a week. We're definitely see that increase growing. We see that there's a need, so we're just doing our best to make sure that we can still accommodate this large growing number.
The city's health department is a resource for students too.
We're just really trying to make Kent an overall safe community so that people can enjoy it and have fun.
There are hopes to expand these combined efforts to the greater Kent community in the coming weeks.
Hope to continue this, do this monthly with the Kent City Health Department and, make sure people are fed.
For Kent Stater TV News, I'm Sydney Brown.
Well, as we head into the heart of flu season, the Deweese Health Center will be offering a vaccine clinic tomorrow to get your flu shot. The clinic will be open from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. in the library, second floor, Wick Poetry Center. Walk-ins are welcome so long as your insurance card is uploaded to the patient portal. If you cannot make it tomorrow, you can try again on Thursday, November 7th. But flu shots are available daily by appointment at the Deweese Health Center.
The latest session in Dialogue and Difference, a New Understanding initiative, will take place tomorrow, focusing on understanding and combating Islamophobia. Dr. Lydia Rose will lead the workshop, which includes a timeline of Muslim-American relationships from the 1600s to now, as well as how to practice active anti-racism and help overcome structural racism. You can register now for this online event. U.S. News World Report named Kent State as the highest-ranked institution in northern Ohio in the recently released rankings. Kent is ranked 126 among the top public schools in the nation.
KSU President Todd Diakin said, quote, "This recognition reaffirms our ongoing dedication to providing accessible, high-quality education and fostering an environment where our students, faculty, and staff can thrive and achieve remarkable success," end quote. Kent is also ranked in the nation's top 100 for the engineering and nursing undergraduate programs.
The Portage County Sheriff's Department is now the subject of even more controversy following a lawsuit filed by two men who were falsely accused of drug trafficking and possession. The suit names Sheriff Bruce Zakowski and three Portage County deputies who were involved in the arrest and subsequent prosecution. The men are suing for compensatory and punitive damages to be determined by a jury.
The U.S. Department of Justice is urging the Cleveland Division of Police to change policy to avoid promoting officers with serious violations. This comes after an officer was promoted to sergeant despite having 16 administrative violations on his record in 2017. The Cleveland Police Monitoring Team is ready to work with the city on the consent decree's performance and promotions requirements.
Akron Public Schools released a statement defending their new all-day pre-kindergarten program, which had been under fire for hygiene and safety issues. Numerous complaints were filed by teachers detailing a lack of paraprofessionals and overall staff shortages. The Akron Superintendent Michael Robinson said the district has strict protocols and that teachers should raise concerns through appropriate avenues.
Your first forecast on Kent Stater TV.
Good evening, Kent State. I'm anchor Eli Fetterspiel coming to you with tonight's weather. First, let's start with this hourly forecast. We are showing that right now at 6 p.m. we have 72 degrees with an 11% chance of precipitation. Earlier this morning it was raining, but now it's looking like a much lesser chance to finish out this evening. Going into tomorrow, starting at midnight, we have 65 degrees and 24% chance of rain. But as we go into 8 a.m. starting our day tomorrow, Thursday morning, 63 degrees, 11% chance of precipitation, much lower than it would be at midnight. Hopefully we'll have less rain tomorrow. Right now in our northeastern regions, we are showing our major cities. We have Ashtabula up here with 72 degrees, Cleveland with a similar 73 degrees, Sandusky with a little bit of a hotter 75, Mansfield 73 degrees, Worcester with 72, Akron Canton the same with 72, Kent where we are right now 71 degrees, similar to everyone else, and right here to the side we got Youngstown at similar 71. Compared to last week, we are showing that things are definitely starting to cool down. Make sure to stick around for more from me covering our current statewide weather for this evening, as well as our upcoming forecast for this week. Back to you, Liv and Hayden.
Thank you, Eli. We welcome back Nikki with another story, this time involving a local Kent business.
Hippie Fox Rocks is hosting a period poverty drive through the end of the month. Nikki has more details. Nikki, welcome back.
Thank you guys. Yes, I have all the details surrounding this community effort. So I take a trip to Hippie Fox Rocks to discover more about what's being done. Shopping at Hippie Fox Rocks Jewelry. There's rocks, lunch boxes, and menstruation products.
People treat it as like a gross thing, and it's like really stigmatized, and I think we should really work on destigmatizing it.
And this mission is being accomplished through their period poverty donation drive.
You can bring in any products, here or Tiger Ray, and you get 25% off your whole purchase no matter what you bring in.
This is meant to combat the struggle of period poverty. By definition, it's the inability to afford period supplies, according to period.gov.
Those who have to carry that extra burden are clearly aware of the extra expense, the difficulty of finding resources. This impacts half or more of our student population, and so I think that idea of having that readily available is really important.
As for the reason behind this act of charity,
They always wanted to, and they felt very.
I think it's very important because it's like you don't know what people are going through internally, especially like anyone that has a menstrual cycle, like when they're menstruating, they cover it up pretty well.
according to MSNBC, 20% of individuals who menstruate can't afford period products. With this drive, there's hope of progress being made through simple donations like this.
So just having it to be accessible for everyone, no matter what their price point or their financial status is. I don't know, I just think it's really helpful to do, and I love when like our community comes together to do stuff like that.
We donate to like the Penn State Women's Center, so I think that's pretty good, and I think doing so does raise awareness.
The director of the Women's Center says all proceeds will be distributed among residence halls and local high schools and middle schools. Reporting for KSTV News, I'm Nikki Gajeski.
All right, thank you again, Nikki. Well, Hurricane Helene is set to make landfall in Florida by tomorrow morning. We'll have all information and updates on its path later.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? Well, now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Welcome back. We are joined by Julia Fike, Secretary of the Student Recwell Council. Hi, Julia. You're here to speak with us about the blood drive that's going on tomorrow.
I am. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Happy to have you. So tell me, what is the mission of this blood drive and how can students participate?
So the mission of Vitalent is basically to collect blood for any hospitals nearby Northeast Ohio. Also, students, if they want to get involved, they can sign up at vitalent.org. They can type in the zip code of Kent and they'll have our blood drives that are available happening today and tomorrow from 2 to 6 p.m.
That's awesome. Now, you just mentioned it, but could you go into more detail about who will be positively impacted by the blood drive?
Yeah, so I'm a nursing student at Kent State University, and I've seen firsthand the importance of blood and how it impacts patients throughout the hospital, people that come in for surgeries, automobile accidents, people with blood disorders, and even diseases like cancer. Everyone is able to.
And why it is important for those who are able to give blood, why is it important that they do give blood?
I mean, I've donated blood in the past through Vitalent. The staff is really friendly. There's free snacks at the end for anyone who's interested in that, and it feels good to make a difference in someone's life. One donation can save up to 3 lives, and just having that impact on someone when they need it the most is really empowering.
Well, say Kent State students are not able to attend the blood drive tomorrow. How are they going to continue to be involved with Vitalent?
They can register for volunteering. They can volunteer on the website. There's a bunch of opportunities available for them.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us. As we mentioned, the blood drive takes place tomorrow from 2 to 6 at the Rec and Wellness Center. You can walk in, but scheduled appointments are taken first.
Well, thank you again for joining us, and for more resources, check out vitalent.org.
Keeping you informed and ahead of the storm, this is your KSTV weather.
Tropical storm Helene threatens to hit as the strongest storm to make landfall in the U.S. in over a year. Helene formed in the northwestern Caribbean Sea Tuesday morning. A hurricane warning was issued for parts of Florida's Gulf Coast. The Mexican government has also issued a hurricane warning. Tonight, expected to reach 100-mile-per-hour winds, then 120 miles per hour tomorrow morning close to Key West. Evacuations are underway, and Floridians are expected to start preparing for the storm now.
For more local weather, we turn back to our weather anchor, Eli Fetterspiel. Hi, Eli.
Hi, you two. Let's get back to our Kent State and Portage County weather forecast for this Wednesday evening. We'll also take a look at our surrounding areas, including weather statewide. All right, we are going to dive into our extended forecast, starting with tomorrow and ending with next week, next Wednesday. Right here, we are showing that it's going to be a high of 66 with a low of 47 tomorrow, with a 15% chance of precipitation. That chance is going to keep rising as this week goes on. 24% chance on Friday with a high of 67. As the weather gets a bit hotter throughout this weekend, the chances of rain are going to still rise. High of 70 on Saturday with a 44% chance of precipitation. High of 73 on Sunday with a 40% chance of precipitation. And with our highest amount of precipitation for this week, we are showing Monday, 67 degrees, 67% chance of rain with a high of 74. So we're going to have some peaks of heat while also having some peaks of rain. Going into Tuesday, right now we're going to dive into what our statewide look is going to be. In our major cities, we have our major city, Akron-Canton area, 72 degrees currently. Toledo, very similar, just a little bit above it, 73 degrees. Columbus, we are having a bit of a kind of warm type of evening at 77 degrees. Pittsburgh, over on my right, we are showing 77 degrees as well. Down here with Cincinnati, we have 75 degrees. And Athens, 72 degrees. As mentioned before, we are slowly working down into those cooler days, and we'll be seeing fall weather before we know it. Make sure to check back tomorrow evening for more weather-related content and updates. As always, I'm your Wednesday weather anchor, Eli Fetterspiel. See you next week, Portage County.
Thank you, Eli. We now welcome in our correspondent, Joe Malbin.
He's got all the updates from the world of politics and consumer news. Joe, good evening.
Hey, Portage County, it's good to see you again. I'm Joe Malbin filling in tonight, and I have the latest on politics and consumer info. Let's get right into it. Prior to Kamala Harris's upcoming campaign stop in Arizona, police are investigating what appears to be gunfire damage at a Democratic Party coordinated campaign office. Tempe police said that officers responded on Monday following calls from workers who observed gunshots at the building reserved for the vice president. No one was inside the office at the time of the shooting, according to Sergeant Ryan Cook. And following his assassination attempt on former President Trump, Ryan Wesley Ruth has been charged. Federal prosecutors have charged the 58-year-old with attempting to assassinate the former president, as well as possessing a firearm in furtherance of a crime of violence and assaulting a federal officer. Ruth is expected to be arraigned sometime next week. And following said assassination attempt on the former president, the Senate has unanimously passed a bill to increase Secret Service protection for presidential candidates. The bill would give both candidates, Harris and Trump, the same amount of protection that President Biden has. The bill now goes to President Biden's office and awaits his signature. While transitioning now into consumer information, Visa was sued by the Justice Department following accusations of the company illegally monopolizing the credit card market on Tuesday. Attorney General Merrick Garland said the lawsuit claimed Visa, quote, unlawfully amassed the power to extract fees that far exceeded what it could charge in a competitive market, end quote. According to Garland, Visa's conduct affects the price of everything. And while prices in grocery stores are going down, egg prices are on the rise. Prices of eggs are up by approximately 28.1% from last year, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The main reason for the increase in egg prices is the bird flu. Since January 2022, highly pathogenic avian influenza has impacted nearly 101 million birds across 48 states, which results in less eggs. And the CEO of pharmaceutical company Novo Nordisk was questioned by the Senate at Capitol Hill Tuesday. Nordisk is the company that makes both Ozempic and Wegovy. The Senate heard from Lars Jorgensen. Jorgensen was questioned from senators, including Senator Bernie Sanders, who questioned the price of Ozempic. The price of the drug Ozempic in the U.S. is $969 per month. Well, Portage County, that is all I have for you this evening, coming from the world of politics and consumer information. For Kent Stater TV, I've been Joe Malbin. Back to Hayden and Liv at the desk.
All right, thank you, Joe. Well, a new technology is being used to help connect direct callers on the 988 Suicide and Crisis Hotline to help centers based on their physical location. Federal leaders said the change will help get localized resources to save more lives efficiently and effectively. Verizon and T-Mobile started rolling out the geo-routing technology last week, which will cover about half of all wireless calls to 988 once fully implemented. AT&T also plans to begin the process within the next couple months.
Protesters gathered outside the Carnahan Courthouse in St. Louis, Missouri to protest the execution of Marcellus Williams yesterday afternoon. Williams, who was found guilty in the 1998 killing of Leisha Gale, was put to death last night. There have been numerous objections from his attorneys about new evidence and possible issues with the jury. Many on social media had also spoken out asking the Supreme Court or the Missouri governor to stay the execution, but neither occurred.
A passenger is dead after an armed man hijacked a bus in Los Angeles. Officers were called to South LA right before 1 a.m. after a driver activated an emergency sign flashing 911 call police on the front of the bus. The bus stopped, but officers began pursuing it when it pulled away. After an hour-long pursuit, the police used spike strips to bring the bus to a stop. Along with the deceased passenger, 2 other passengers were on the bus. The suspect was taken into custody after the pursuit.
The Israel military has announced they intercepted a ballistic missile fired by Hezbollah near the city of Tel Aviv. The missile detonated in the air and there were no casualties, but this is the closest a missile has come to a major city. This is an escalation of the previous border fighting that has displaced 100,000 citizens in southern Lebanon.
Thailand will become the first nation in Southeast Asia to legalize same-sex marriage beginning in 2025. King Maha Vajiralongkorn approved a law passed by the parliament 3 months ago. The new law will allow same-sex couples to legally register marriages starting January 22nd. Although Thai laws have protected LGBTQ+ people from most kinds of discrimination since 2015, attempts to formalize marriage rights have been denied. Thailand becomes the third in Asia to recognize same-sex marriage, after Taiwan and Nepal.
Coming up, the Guardians hosted the Reds last night with a chance to guarantee a first-round bye in the playoffs. We have the highlights in your KSTV Sports Report.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
To Maddie. Congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow. I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
This is your Kent Stater TV Sports Report.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to your KSTV Sports Report. I'm Dom O'Brien, and as we reach the middle of the week, we'll get started by heading down to the links down in Texas with the KSU golf team, the women's golf team, as they finish fourth in the Red Raider Invitational at the Rawls Golf Course today. The Golden Flashes finished with a final score of 6 over par through 54 holes, and Texas Tech took the victory with a score of 8 under par. And then for the individual leaderboard, Kent State's Veronica Kendra Nova took first, winning by 1 shot at 7 under par. Kent State now looks forward to compete in the Blessings Collegiate Invitational on September 30th in Arkansas. And we'll move a little nationally here. The University of Nevada, Las Vegas' starting quarterback decided to sit out the remainder of the season due to an off-field dispute. Senior Matthew Sluka posted on X stating he committed to UNLV because of certain representations that were made to him. Now that those commitments would not be fulfilled, he made the decision to redshirt for the rest of the year. Per the NCAA, he will be given an extra year of eligibility since he played 4 or fewer games. And now we will go to the Guardians. As bottom of the first, Kyle Manzardo hits his 4-seam fastball out in the right field, and the Guardians strike first from the solo home run, just over the wall. This is Manzardo's 5th home run of the season, but Cleveland did not stop in this inning as they started it up 1, and then we go later in the rotation. Lane Thomas smokes this one. Down the left field line, a home run port shot. This scores Josh Naylor, and this lucky fan gets to tell his friends he got a home run in his beer, as now the Guardians stay up 3-0. Fast forward to the bottom of the 5th, Josh Naylor stripes this one down the right field line. Jose Ramirez keeps running and bumbling all the way to home plate. He has a little bit of an awkward slide here, but he's able to stay safe as they now are up 4-1 in this one. And then bottom of the 8th, Hunter Gaddis jumping on the mound for the Guardians. Ellie De La Cruz sending a fly ball to right field, but a sliding grab from Lane Thomas as the Guardians win this one 6-1. A great win for the Guardians, and with the win last night, the Guardians have clinched a first-round bye for the first time in 6 years. That's all we have for sports. I'm Dom O'Brien. Let's get back to the news.
No poker face needed here. This famous musician is releasing new music tomorrow. We have the details.
I got you. Oh, yeah, I got him. That stupid controller froze again. You're only saying that because you're losing. I bet you bought the cheap one.
My controller is junk too. Is this even real?
You're spending less, so...
Yeah? We'll just buy it again?
Smart kids.
Who are you? Or what are you?
Hey, I was wondering if you guys wanted any... OMG, it's McGruff.
Yes, I am.
He's not my Uncle McGruff, the crime dog. He's an imposter. He's a fake. Oh!
I am McGruff, the crime dog. He is the fake. And so is that controller you're holding. It's gonna break. And that, Pops...
could blow up in your face.
That's right, Scruff. Let's take a bite out of crime together and protect ourselves against fakes. Like him.
Who says you're not the fake?
Dude, you're literally missing an arm.
You are smart kids. You're smart. Buy smart.
Little monsters rejoice. Lady Gaga is finally releasing new music tomorrow. The first of 2 albums being released this fall. This album is called Harlequin. It's being released as a soundtrack album for her movie The Joker Part 2. The movie opens October 4th alongside Joaquin Phoenix, and the lead single for her 7th studio album is expected to be released next month as well. That is all the time we have left for the night. Thank you for joining us.
For the latest updates on stories that impact our community, go to the Kent Wired website and follow us on social media. I'm Aiden Cruz.
Great night.